Hello and welcome to This is Paris, for all you need to know about 8-time French champions Paris Saint-Germain. In today's show, Paris get the better of Brest at the Stade Francis Leblay.
C'est pas facile de gagner ici.
It's all smiles as Choupeau visits the kids at Le Phare.
C'est la meilleure chose du monde, je pense.
The women's team need to bounce back after defeat in Lyon.
L'objectif jusqu'à la trêve, c'est gagner nos 3 derniers matchs.
2 generations of Rouge et Bleu we hear from Jean and Yuri Djorkaeff.
Le top en France, c'était Paris Saint-Germain.
Three days after their victory against Bruges in the Champions League, which guaranteed them a place in the last 16 of Europe's biggest club competition, Paris Saint-Germain were back on Ligue 1 action, away to Brest in week 13. For this match, coach Thomas Tuchel made several changes, including first starts back from injury for Edinson Cavani and Julian Draxler, while Pablo Sarabia, Layvin Kurzawa and Abdou Diallo all returned to the starting 11. The match also provided an unexpected debut for Sergio Rico. At the last minute, the Spanish goalkeeper on loan from Sevilla replaced Keylor Navas, injured during the warm-up. It was during the warm-up that Keylor asked the doctor to come over. They had a discussion. Keylor felt some discomfort, some pain. It's a great day for me to make my debut for this great club, this great team. I'm very happy, very happy. And Rico was quickly called upon. In the 15th minute, he denied Matthias Autré. Paris fought back. Pablo Sarabia and then Julian Draxler testing Gauthier Lassonneur in the host's goal. It was difficult to create clear-cut chances because we made too many mistakes. But that can be explained because Pablo, Eddie, Drax, they've all been out for a long time. After another Sergio Rico save, Paris finally managed to go ahead. Angel Di Maria, perfectly played in by Julian Draxler, scored his 5th goal of the season with a beautiful chip. Paris were in front, but also under pressure. Rico kept out Romain Perrault. But he could do nothing when Samuel Grandsir equalized in the 72nd minute. It's not easy to win here. No team has won in Brest this season. Thomas Tuchel then decided to make a triple substitution, introducing Mauro Icardi, Marquinhos and Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting. It was an option to make a fresh impact on the game from the bench. We had a bit of luck, and perhaps so did the coach.
On doit avoir la chance, le coach aussi.
It was a winning move. 5 minutes later, Mauro Icardi fired Les Rouges et Bleus back in front with his 5th goal in 6 Ligue 1 matches. It was always clear we have a very strong bench for every game and the option to change the game with a substitution. It was possible today, and I'm glad it worked out. It's good to bounce back, but I think it's better to act first. We have to learn our lesson and do better next time. Julian Draxler had one last chance in the 88th minute as Paris ran out 2-1 winners. It was a very tight, very even match. We had to dig deep to get the win. The team was strong and we managed all 3 points. In the end, that's what counts. A victory in a special match for Abdou Diallo, who played against his younger brother, Ibrahima. It was a special day because you want him to play well, but at the same time you want to win. He had a good game. I'm happy about that. I'm very proud of him. And we won. So it's perfect. When I was 5, I was just playing football in the house. I was hyperactive, always breaking everything. One day my mother took me to a doctor to see what could be done with me. He suggested playing football. At the age of 10, thanks to this doctor and my mother, I started playing at Rosario Central. From then on, I launched my career and started making all the sacrifices to get where I am. At 15, football was my whole life. That was what I loved most. There was a time when my father wanted me to start work because I didn't go to school anymore. And my mother asked him to give me one more year in football. That's why I had the opportunity to start a professional contract at 17. And my career really started then. 20. Oof, it all happened very quickly. When I was 20, I was in Europe with Benfica, my first club, a spectacular club, where I was very happy. I had the chance to go to the Beijing Olympic Games and won the gold medal. In early November, Eric-Maxime Choupo-Moting went to Neuilly-sur-Seine. The Paris Saint-Germain forward spent several hours with 55 children from Le Phare Medical and Educational Institute. Every day we welcome young people here with intellectual disabilities between the age of 6 and 20. Many are fans of PSG, so this was like a gift for them. They can go through tough times, and if we can give them a little bit of joy, even for a day, we love that opportunity. Look, do you like what I did? Yes, it's good. I'll see you later. That's the surprise? I'm gonna cry. My name is Eric-Maxime Choupo-Moting. It's long, isn't it?
Eric-Maxime Choupo-Moting en plus. Super. PSG Children First.
PSG Children First, the foundation. It's a beautiful thing. When you can help a kid, I think it's the best thing in the world. It's always nice to be with the kids. They've seen me, they know football, they love football. It's just a beautiful thing to see all the smiles and happy kids.
Des enfants heureux.
Lui, c'est un grand footballeur, le vrai. Ouais, c'est le vrai. suis content de le voir.
I'm very happy to see him. He's a great player. Last time I saw him at the training center, he was great. He signed an autograph for me. We took selfies. He's a really great player. Great.
Parce que c'est vraiment un joueur
An extraordinary player.
Formidable.
Honestly, there were a few who were really good, honestly. They took it very seriously. We won the final, but the opposition were also very good. Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting played his part perfectly. He adapted his attitude perfectly to the situation, and the kids loved him.
Hola, soy Juan Bernat y estás viendo This is Paris.
When Juan Bernat arrived in the French capital in the summer of 2018, he was the only Spanish national on the Paris Saint-Germain books. A year later, he was joined by three compatriots, Ander Herrera, Sergio Rico, and especially an old acquaintance, Pablo Sarabia. He's 1 year older than me. I think we played together once for Spain under-21s. I knew him before then, though, because when he was young, his name often came up as a great talent from the Real Madrid Youth Academy. I get along with him very well. We have a close relationship, and I'm very happy that he's here. When new players arrive, it's important to make them feel welcome, to help them settle in. I tried to do that with them. But it's true, there are a lot of players who speak Spanish, like the South Americans, and they very quickly feel at home. The truth is, we have a great squad. From time to time we go out, especially with Pablo and me. We get along very well. With Sergio too, and Ander. But also with some South Americans, with Marco, with Kylian. We have a very good squad. We all like seeing each other away from football. A great atmosphere and an 8-point lead over second in the championship, but with the odd hiccup along the way and 3 defeats in 13 Ligue 1 matches. It's true that last year, during the first 15 games, we didn't lose one. This year we've lost 3 and we're not happy. After winning Le Classique 4-0, we were on a good run. But in the end, that's football. You know you have to be 100% focused on the pitch. Any team can beat you. We have to learn from our mistakes and win the next game. After the home game against Lille, Paris Saint-Germain travelled to Madrid for matchday 5 of the Champions League. Already qualified for the last 16, Juan Bernat and co. want to remain undefeated and secure top spot in the group. It's always nice to go back to your own country to play football. It's always special. It's a temple of football. It's an incredible stadium, a mythical place. A field where there have been some great matches. Above all, where we want to get 3 points and continue our road to victory in the Champions League. Try to win every group match. It won't be easy. Madrid need the points as well, but it will be a great game. Coming up on This is Paris, father and son as we talk to the Djorkaeffs. There's a top-of-the-table clash for the girls in Lyon. And Maxwell or Ibra? We find out who scored Paris's fastest Ligue 1 goal. With no less than 14 first-team players off on international duty, Paris Saint-Germain coach Thomas Tuchel and his staff had a small squad to begin preparations for the Week 14 Ligue 1 visit of Lille to the Parc des Princes. The name Djorkaeff is inexorably linked with the history of French football and also that of Paris Saint-Germain. When the club was founded in 1970, experienced France international Jean Djorkaeff was named the club's first ever captain as he committed to the project. It's never easy starting from scratch, and I was already 30. There were 5 or 6 professionals, the rest were all amateurs, but good quality amateurs all the same. And I said, I'm going to take the risk, I can achieve something here. We were in the National division, the old second division, and we did well because we won promotion that very first year. But even so, we still had to really fight for it. Chucky had a son, but unlike other football-mad kids in the 70s, the young Yuri lived his passion from a very privileged position indeed. From an early age, the Parc des Princes was my garden. I sometimes brought him to training when he was younger, and I'd watch him. I thought he was incredible. There were all those exotic smells, the smell of the grass, the liniment oil, the jerseys. It was all so special. Even at the time, when there wasn't all the media coverage around football, I knew even then that my father did something special. Even if I didn't understand everything perhaps, I still knew it was special. The foundations had been laid. At an early age, destiny did the rest. There was always something around the club that attracted me, like a magnet. After great spells with Strasbourg and Monaco, I knew I needed to experience something even greater with the best team in France. And the best team in France at that time was Paris Saint-Germain. He didn't stay very long, just one season, but he regaled everyone. The fans, they loved him. And it's true, he was very good in front of goal. He also had a different technique to other players, and he achieved great things here. Chucky and the Snake, 2 generations of the Djorkaeff family that have helped write the history of Paris Saint-Germain through an unshakable respect for the institution and, of course, their own individual brilliance. But who impressed them when they were playing in Rouge et Bleu? There's Rai, of course, but Daniel Bravo was an extraordinary player. Daniel was an incredible player. People forget, but he was the first ever deep-lying playmaker. He paved the way for the likes of Pirlo and others. The first number 10 to play as a number 6 was Daniel, and he was so important for the balance of our team. For me, it was Destremel. He came to Paris with me, so we were always great friends. We had the advantage of playing in several clubs together. And that was very important for me. So I'll say for me, Jean-Pierre Destremel. The friendships and bonds that weave the tight-knit fabric in Rouge et Bleu. Bonds that last a lifetime, or even two. The legacy of the Paris Saint-Germain family. Here today, he's being quite shy, but I've been lucky enough to see him with his friends. Loads of ex-players. To see that camaraderie, those values, it's so important. League leaders Paris Saint-Germain travelled to defending champions Olympique Lyonnais in Week 9 of the Women's First Division. The two taking part in the biggest match on the women's footballing calendar, between the two sides that made the final of the 2017 UEFA Women's Champions League. Olivier Echouafny's side started confidently, looking to pressure their hosts and not allow Lyon's attacking armada any room to manoeuvre. France international Kadi Diani and Denmark's Nadia Nadim both testing Bouhaddi in the hosts' goal. It was a ferocious battle. At the other end, Armel Majri drew the best out of Paris shot-stopper Christiane Endler. We had a plan, and when you play the best team in the world, you have to control them. And we did that well in the first half, even if it wasn't easy. But from a set piece, 5 minutes into the second half, Lyon struck through Saki Kumagai. That goal really hurt. And after that, we got a little impatient with the ball. We should have played more. We lacked a little calmness when in possession. It's tough, but we're going to keep on fighting. In front of a record crowd of over 30,000 in Groupama Stadium, Sarah de Britz's free kick caused panic in the Lyon box. Meanwhile, Endler's heroics kept Paris in the match, denying Majri with a remarkable save. Paris had chances. Diani denied at the near post. When you're trailing, you have to fight back, and we did that well in the second half. We could have got a draw. But we can't be happy with the result because we lost. We have to keep working, improving every day. If you want to reach the top, you have to know how to bounce back. And our aim now is to win our next 3 matches before the winter break. A first defeat of the season for Paris. In week 14 of the Ligue 1 season, Paris take on Lille at the Parc. Les Rouges et Bleus haven't lost to Les Dogues in 19 home matches this century, and scoring the 2 fastest ever goals in Ligue 1 by the capital club in the process. In April 2015, the fans had barely found their seats when Maxwell got the Parc back on its feet after just 27 seconds, the first of a record 6 goals in Paris's biggest ever home win over Lille. Ironically, in September 2012, Maxwell had been involved again when his great friend Zlatan Ibrahimovic set the original record, also at 27 seconds in a 2-1 win. So who was fastest? This Is Paris decided to find out. It took 12 passes from 7 different players to unlock the defence for Zlatan's goal, while 8 players needed just 9 passes to set up Maxwell's strike. In both cases, Paris took the kickoff and Lille never got a touch of the football before the keeper was picking it out of his own net. And there it is, it's official. Maxwell scored Paris Saint-Germain's fastest ever Ligue 1 goal, just 24 100ths of a second faster than his good mate Zlatan.
Abonne-toi à la chaîne YouTube du Paris Saint-Germain.
Abonate al canal YouTube del Paris Saint-Germain clicando aquí.